Okay, so the first card you have, your past, is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing obviously this knight's jumping up and down. So there's a bit of backwards and forwards here. It feels like, this is what it feels like, disappearing. Like it's like, now you see it, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. Now I'm here, now I'm not. So this is about love. I think you and someone else have both done a little bit of this. Actually, don't be angry. I think you might have. A little bit of distancing from each other at different times. And yeah, this is someone you really, really, really fell for. This is someone you felt really deeply for, I think. And it was quick. It was really quick. It's like I met them, I just fell. Amazing feeling. And lots and lots of passion, very quickly, very fast at the beginning. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. This knight's a very, very passionate knight, obviously. So, and yeah, the thing is that there's some kind of separation right now. That's what I'm getting. Because there's this backwards and forwards, and I think you've got this feeling that you know this person's not right for you. And I am getting this separation now. So it's like, no, I know they're not right. I know they're not, but that feeling's there. And, you know, even really early on, I think when you first got together, it's almost like in the back of your mind, you thought, well, this might not last, but I'll just stay here while I can because, you know, I feel so good here. I feel so good where I am. I have these amazing feelings for them. There's passion. It's amazing. But for lots and lots of reasons, I just don't think it'll last. But I'll just stay here while I can. But as you kept on staying there, I think what happened was you just fell deeper and deeper in. Really deep. This is very, very deep love, very deep feelings, right down bottom of the ocean kind of feeling. Oh, I can't speak, but you know what I'm talking about. If this is you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, okay, it's a little bit strange because I'm getting this very deep feeling, very exciting, beautiful feeling. You know, when you fall in love, it's so exciting, amazing feeling. And then there's a flip. It's like it suddenly flips over. It's like the coin flips over. So there's one side of the coin, 1 minute you're up, and then it flips over, and then you're down. It's like, oh, I really love them, and then they go and do something. And then you're like, oh, now I'm down again. I was so happy, everything was fine, and then that happened. And there's this other competing thing as well. Part of you saying, well, it's not going to last, so don't get so involved in this. Don't be so involved. It's not going to last. You know it's not going to last. But then the other side of you fell, and you couldn't help but be disappointed because deep down you really wanted something very, very, very strong with them, something lasting with them. And so it's kind of like, you know, with this thing you were saying to yourself, oh, it's not going to last, it's not going to last. It's a little bit like, you know, when you look at a video on here and you're watching it and there are captions going across the bottom. It's a bit like that. The video of your life's playing, you're watching this play out, and then there's this caption going across, it's not going to last, it's not going to last. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I shouldn't laugh because I know it's really horrible. So that's kind of what I'm getting with this. And the other thing about him is, with this jumping up and down, lots of passion, obviously, there's that right from the start. But with that comes, with this knight, this knight plays around a bit. So I think when they started this distancing thing, which is what I'm seeing, they started being a bit quiet, they started kind of moving away. And then you just said, well, I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to do that to you. Because that's what Aries does. You know, if someone does that to you, it's like, no, I'm not going to let you do that to me. I'll do it to you. I'll show you. That's kind of what Aries is like. And it's not that you play games. You don't like playing games. But it's like, I'll show you. I'll show you. You can't do that to me. I'll do it to you. So I think this happened on and off a little bit, a few times. But your feelings were still attached. No matter how many times, you know, the captions ran across the bottom of the screen. You couldn't watch the captions. You're watching the screen. You're watching, you know, the colour. You're watching the film. You're watching the life. And that's what you fell for. Not for the words, but the full colour experience. That's what you fell for. Very, very deep feelings. And when you've got those feelings, trying to cut something out like that, it's like surgery. It's painstakingly difficult, very, very painful. And then lots and lots of recovery time. So you might be trying to go through that recovery time right now, if that's you. Okay. I have to say this. Yeah, there was a lot of playing going on. A lot of playing going on. I think you might know this, or you might know that this was going on. And it's it feels quite low key to me. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to have a whole full-blown affair with someone. It's more like, oh, let's have a little flirty chat. Let's look at other people's pictures. Let's like their things and have a little fun chat with them. Oh, let's, it's the little things, and it's the little things that drive you crazy, because you don't know if anything's gone further. And even if it hasn't, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. And you can tell, even if you don't have the evidence with you, you can tell when it's happening. Your instincts are extremely sharp. So yeah, there is some kind of distance between you now. It feels as if this is you, if this is resonating, obviously, yeah, it feels as if you started this. It feels as if you, or I should say you ended this. If this is going to come to an end, it may or may not. But at this point in time, you're saying, no, I'm moving away. I'm getting away from this. I'm not going to talk to them. I've had enough. So that's kind of where you are. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so the next card you have, your past, is the Nine of Cups. Yes, okay. Okay, I'm not here to analyze people. And it's your reading, it's not their reading. And I don't want to make excuses for them either, but okay, I hope this is going to make sense. I don't think anyone really gets to see their insides properly, their deep feelings. No one can get to the core of them. So I know I'm going to get lots of angry cross-watchers here, but I don't care. This is what I'm seeing. So they've got this inner core, and it's in there. It's deep in there, but no one can get there. No one can get to that. And the strange thing is, I don't even think they know themselves properly. I don't think they can get to their own core properly as well. Because all this jumping backwards and forwards that I'm seeing in the Knight of Wands, and all the playing and all the kind of messing around, it feels like that's a diversion. It's a diversion so that they can't really feel the deep feelings. They can't feel their true feelings. They're afraid of them. They're afraid of their feelings. It's uncomfortable for them to feel them, to face their true feelings. They can't confront them. So they do all this playing and messing around, and it's kind of fun and all that. But they never face themselves. And so you didn't really get to know the true them inside. I know that's sad, but that's what I'm seeing. And the problem is they don't either. They don't know themselves properly. They're too busy with all this kind of silly playing, and they don't really get to know themselves. And that's the sad part for them. Because if you look at this man, he's sitting there, and it looks like he's got everything together. He's sitting there, he's smiling. He's got this arch over him, and it's an arch of cups, so it's an arch of emotions. And, arches are all about shelter. But he's sheltering himself from his emotions. That's what he's sheltering himself from. And they're all hiding behind this curtain, and no one can get there because he's guarding them. He's standing in front and he's guarding what's in there. And, the thing is, the thing about people who hide their emotions, especially from people they're supposed to love, they end up alone. And that's how this man is. He's completely alone. He looks like he's happy, but he's not really. And that's what they're going through. That's what they're going through. It might be that they're trying to look like this man. They might be smiling on social media just like this man is. But really, they're hiding a lot of hurt behind them. They're hiding a lot of hurt. And stripes could be about hurt as well. I won't get into the background of all that. That will take forever. But stripes can be about hurt, pain. So they're feeling this distance. They're feeling the distance. They're feeling the pain. So you're not talking to them. You're separated. You're not saying anything. Trust me, they are feeling this. They are feeling this pain. They're feeling it. They're feeling the separation. They might not look like that, but they are. So that's what I'm getting. Okay, so the last card you have, your past, is, the Queen of Swords. So yeah, obviously this is you distancing yourself from this person. And I think for you, this is a process of just slowly getting used to being away from them as well. It's not easy for you either. It really isn't. And again, if you're going through this and you think, oh, they're just happy and I'm going through this horrible time, no, they are not happy. They're really missing this. They're missing the contact. They really, really are. So just know that it's not just you. And so if what you're doing is, if you're saying to yourself something like, oh, I'm just going to take one day at a time. Today, I'm not going to talk to them. And then by the end of the day, I'm going to be proud of myself. Then the next day, I'm going to do the same, one day at a time. And if you're doing that, that's the perfect way to deal with something like this, especially if you've got deep feelings. Because if you've got really deep feelings for someone and you say to yourself, oh, I'm never going to see them ever again, sometimes that's too hard to deal with. So you've got to take each day at a time. And if that's what you're doing, that's the absolute best thing for you to do. Okay. Should I say? Yeah, I have to say this. I have to say what I see. Okay, there's someone else there. Now, they're not in a relationship with someone else. They're not even interested in someone else. And I don't think at this time anyway, they might change, but at this point in time, they don't have those deep feelings. They don't have those deep connections. Sad to say. I know you wished probably that they had that with you. They did to a certain extent because they're really feeling that, deep. They're really missing that connection. That's what I'm trying to say. So they do have some deep feelings, but not as deep as you need, not as deep as you want. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, there's someone else around them. There's someone else and they're kind of on the edges of it. They're kind of flirting around the edges, talking to them a bit. And I think you know this. You can always tell when this is happening. I don't think they're going to be in a relationship with this person. They're probably just flirting a bit at this time. And if you're seeing all this playing out on social media, I would say while you go through this time of trying to get over this person, I'd say block them or hide them or don't look at them. Don't look at this flirting. Don't look at anything that's happening. Just shelter yourself from that. Just take care of yourself and get through this time. I wouldn't look at anything if I were you. So that's kind of the advice I'm getting there. And that's what the Queen of Swords does. She shelters herself. She has a sword up so that she protects herself. And that's kind of what you need to do if this is you. So if this is all resonating, that's kind of what that's saying to you. Okay, so the first card you have your present is the Page of Cups. Yeah, so this page, this is kind of reminding me of the Nine of Cups a bit, because he's a bit fun, he's light-hearted and he has a bit of fun. The thing is, I think this person you're separated from, there's a lack of depth there. That's exactly what I was seeing in the Nine of Cups. There's a lack of depth. So that they're not showing you what's truly inside them. And they were never like that. And I think that's what made you angry. I think that's one of the things that made you distance yourself, apart from this kind of playing around. It's that lack of depth. It's that lack of depth that really, really got to you. It's like, I want to really, truly know you. And you're kind of not showing me that. You're not showing me what's truly there. It's all really, 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 really frustrating and really hurtful, actually, because I'm showing you what's inside me. I'm honest, I'm Aries. I'm showing you what I am. But what are you? I don't know. And, the cups are obviously love, they're emotion. And this is what they'd like to do. They're missing the conversation. They're missing the fun. They're missing talking to you. This man's offering a cup of love, but he's not very deep. He's just being a bit silly. And they want that with you. So what this is telling me is if they did come and talk to you, I can't see whether they are or they're not right now. I wish I could tell you that. But if they do want to do that, you're not going to get a very satisfying message from them. It's going to be quite a shallow message like this page. And, I really, really, really think, what I'm getting with this page and the Nine of Cups is they're both smiling. They're both smiling, but they're smiling on the outside. But on the inside, they're not smiling at all. They're not smiling at all. It's absolutely hitting them. It's hitting them that you're not there. It's really hitting them that you're truly not there anymore. It's driving them a bit crazy, actually. Again, they may reach out, they may not. I wish I could tell you that, but all I know is they're not used to this. They're really, 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 really not used to this. It's really bothering them. But you know, they've got to learn. They've got to learn that they need to give. If they want you or anyone else, they need to give their all. They need to give their depth. They need to show who they truly are. They need to be honest. They need to open up, and they need to stop playing. They should know that. I'm sure they do. And you know, with an Aries, and with everyone else as well, there's especially in Aries, you need everything from someone. You give everything to them when you're with someone, and you need everything. You need body, mind, and soul. Body, mind, and soul. Passion, intellect, soul connection. That's what you need, all three. And I'm going to talk about the Three of Cups here as well, because that's showing me that. So this version of these cards, this version, I think you can call it, the printout, whatever you call it, of these cards, it's not the original. The original cards, the original artwork of these cards with Three of Cups was that, you know, one of these women, so one's white or wearing white, the other one is wearing red, and the other one in the original version, the original artwork was yellow. So at the moment, one's red, one's white on here, and the other one's a kind of a lighter red or a dark orange. It looks like two are red. But in the original, one's yellow, which is really sad that they didn't keep the original, because there's a lot of meaning in the original. And so what it means in the original is, you know, obviously red's passion, and white's honesty and purity. Yellow represents communication and intellect, deep head connection, and that's what you want in a relationship. Need, actually, not want, you need that in a relationship. And all these women are working together, they're all dancing in the same direction. So, you know, you need them all together, you need them all to go together. It's a bit like a three-legged stool. You know, if one leg's missing, the whole thing falls over. You need all three of them. And all these women are happy, very happy. So you're only going to be happy if you can have all three. That's what this is telling you, and this person's not giving you that. So that's what that's telling you. Okay, so there's something else here. I think, yeah, I think this was in your last reading or something about this. So yeah, so just looking at all these three cards in your present, you know, the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Yeah, so the cups with the Page and the Three of Cups, obviously this is about love, and there's a progression between, you know, the one cup and the three cups. And, you know, with the Six of Swords, that can be about someone trying to help you. And this is what I was saying before. Someone was trying to help you to move forward out of a bad situation. So they might still be around you trying to do that. And yeah, this is definitely a potential love connection. And again, help. They want to help you, like this man on the Six of Swords. You know, he's pushing along this woman and the child and everything. He's trying to help them. So, you know, to me, it looks like they might be trying to move this forward a little bit too quickly for you. Or it might be that they're a little bit more interested in you than you are at them at this stage anyway. Things might progress later, but this is what I'm seeing right now. And, you know, again, if you're trying to get over someone, especially someone who you had very, very deep feelings with, I can see why you're not jumping straight into anything new right now. So there's that as well. And, you know, so the thing is, with this sequence between the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, there's a step missing in the middle. The Two of Cups is missing. 1, 2, 3. Two's missing. And the Two of Cups is all about bonding, talking, you know, really getting to know each other. And that's what's missing. So that's why I'm getting this leap ahead. They're leaping too far. You know, they're kind of stepping in too quickly for you. So, and also, you know, you might be a little bit wary of someone who steps in too quickly, because I think in this person, with this person that you're separated from, everything happened really quickly and you're not happy with that. So you're worrying about things that happen quickly. And again, you're coming up as the Queen of Swords as well. So there's that. So you're protecting yourself. But there's definitely potential here. And the thing I'm seeing with them is they're kind. They want to help you. I'm seeing that. Okay. I can't see anything happening between you right now or in the near future. I really can't see that happening. It might happen in the more distant future, I don't know, but at the moment I can't see that for a lot of different reasons, and I've pointed those out. So, and the other thing with the Six of Swords is, it feels like you're going a little bit crazy as well, actually, because you're being stuck in. Everyone's a little bit like this, but for Aries, it's especially hard for you because you hate being forced, you hate being told what to do, you hate having rules. You hate being stuck, you hate waiting. And it looks like maybe you were planning some kind of trip you wanted to take, something like that, you wanted to travel, and it's been stopped. Obviously, all travel's been stopped. Okay, don't be angry. I'm seeing this happening probably next year for travel. I think travel's going to start up properly next year for everyone. That's what I'm seeing. And I know that's frustrating for you because you're going a little bit crazy with this, but what I'm seeing is the costs are going to come down for you. So by the time you're ready to start traveling, the prices are going to be down. Everything's going to be happening at the right time for you. And obviously it's sad for businesses, of course, that, you know, prices are coming down and people are having to do that. But for you, you know, you'll have a lot of options and a lot of really well-priced options for you that you didn't have before. So just keep that in mind. It's going to happen at the right time. I know that's a really irritating thing to hear, but it's true. Everything's happening at the right time. You weren't supposed to go when you were planning originally. This will be the right time for you, and you'll realize that when the time comes, if this is you. Okay. So the first card you have, your future, is the Seven of Swords. Horrible, horrible card. And you've got the Five of Swords there, another horrible card. So what I'm getting here is watching something happening from a distance, watching something happening, watching something quite horrible happening, someone else's behaviour. And you're kind of watching this and you're kind of thinking, why can I see this and no one else can see this? I'm the only one that can see how bad this person's behaviour is. Everyone else seems to think they're fine, but I think they're horrible. And it feels like biting your tongue, actually. It feels like, oh, I'd love to say something. I'd love to tell everyone what they're like. I want to yell this. I want to say, this person is horrible. They're doing this bad thing. They're not who they say they are. They're doing this, they're doing that. I want to tell everyone, but I can't do that. So it looks like maybe, yeah, because I'm seeing, it might be family I'm seeing, or a kind of a close-knit group anyway. So it might be a family, might be a group of friends. And it feels like there's someone you're close to. Yeah, there's someone you're close to. And I think this person is close to them. So they might be married to them. They might be, you know, a partner of theirs, might be a friend of theirs. And you know what this person's like, but this other person and other people as well can't see what they're like. So you feel like telling them, but then there's a side of you that's like, well, I don't want to hurt them. And I think your instincts are telling you not to say anything. And obviously, if your instincts are saying that to you, if that's you, if that resonates with you, obviously always follow your instincts. And, you know, it's really interesting with these two cards, this and the Five of Swords, because a lot of people think they're similar and they're not actually. They're quite different. They're obviously both bad people. They're doing bad things. But the man in the Seven of Swords, he's not all that sophisticated. You know, he's trying to get away with things, but he's kind of smiling, he's skipping away, he's a bit silly. And, you know, he's carrying the swords by the blades, which is a very silly idea. You know, he's not very smart. He's not very intelligent. He's not very clever about what he's doing. You know, and the man in the Five of Swords is very different. He's a lot more sophisticated. He's very calculating. He's already got what he wants, and he's defeated two other soldiers. So he's very clever. And so I don't think this person you're dealing with is all that clever. And I really, again, I think you should really, really follow your instincts, because what I think is, I think they'll show themselves up in the end, because they're not very clever. They're going to slip up at some time. Something's going to happen. They're going to show themselves up. And yeah, do you know what I'm seeing? I'm getting words. And yeah, it looks like over this week or over the last 2 weeks, more and more words have been coming out, probably on social media, because I was seeing this watching from a distance. So maybe you're watching this on social media.